Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live today. Have you guys ever wondered about keto or intermittent fasting and the science behind them? You'll be able to learn all about them today and get some really great recipes to try during our Facebook Live. And as always, we are giving away some really great prizes that you're going to love. So let us know you're here, comment, say hello. And yeah, so this week we are talking with Emily Gonzalez. She's a naturopathic doctor. And she's also the scientific affairs manager at Bulletproof 360. So welcome, Emily. It's nice to have you.
Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody for joining us today.
Yeah,
Really,
absolutely. And you have the really cool job of actually formulating all the supplements and doing all the research behind, with the science behind the incredible ingredients at Bulletproof. So I have so many questions for you. We're so excited to jump into it. So before I get started, just want to remind everybody and share with you all in case you're new to Mom's Meat. So Mom's Meat is a really great online community of caregivers. So moms, dads, grandparents, really those who are looking to, raise happy, healthy families. And it's free to join. So it's really cool. You can join at momsmeat.com and become a mom ambassador. And you can try all these really great, better for you products and help incorporate them into your diet and into your family's diet. So again, join us at momsmeat.com to become a mom ambassador. And we briefly mentioned Bulletproof. So this event is brought to you by Bulletproof. And Bulletproof products, they're made with carefully selected quality ingredients, and they will help fuel your journey and transform the way that you feel. During this event, representatives from Bulletproof will be available too to answer your questions. So definitely make sure you're commenting, asking any questions. They'll definitely get back to you. And the cool thing about our event today is we actually did an event for them. I think it was a couple weeks ago now. So they have such a diverse product line that we have so much to talk about. So it's going to be all new information today. And the cool thing is, I know you guys, the last time we talked, we were talking about the chocolate dipped collagen bars. So that is actually one of the prizes that we're going to be giving away today. So 3 lucky winners will receive a Bulletproof product bundle, and you get to choose. So it'll either be the packaged coffee and brain octane MCT oil. It can be the chocolate dipped collagen bars, which we talked about in our last Facebook Live, or the cold brewed lattes. So we're really excited to bring those to you.
yeah. And our bundles, we have a number of bundles both for you today and also on our website, bp.com. It's a great way to try some of our amazing products. And so if you find that you have any questions about the bundles, you can certainly post them and we'll try to answer them later on.
Very cool. Yeah. And again, for your chance to win, definitely comment below and make sure you're liking and sharing the video as well. So again, if you've tuned into our previous Facebook Live with Bulletproof, you know that they provide keto-friendly foods. I know I've shared that I follow the keto diet, and actually I do intermittent fasting too. So a lot of the questions today, selfishly, I'm like, can I ask this question? I have so many questions about this. So we're really excited to get into that. But they also not only have keto-friendly foods, they have beverages, supplements with functional ingredients. And the coolest thing is they all contain healthy fats for sustained energy. So, again, I'm doing keto, and there's a lot of different products that are formulated to fit into it.
But the cool thing actually is that you don't have to be on keto in order to use Bulletproof products. They're great for anyone. They're super tasty, first of all, our sort of beverages and our snacks. And the supplements are really effective. They're great for anyone seeking better overall health and wellness. And we also created the Bulletproof diet to help sort of guide you along your journey. And it's there to help show you how to build a foundation with foods that nourish your mind and body, that reduce inflammation, that improve energy. So it's really about tuning into how you feel when you eat things, and with a real emphasis on quality ingredients. So we really like grass-fed. We like grass-fed collagen. We have grass-fed ghee, MCT oil. So as you can already hear, we're interested in really quality proteins, the quality fats. It's very keto friendly. And if people don't already know what the keto diet is, that the Bulletproof is sort of, ascribes to, and that's it's a high fat, adequate protein or a moderate amount of protein and a low carb diet. And what it's really supposed to do is designed to help your body produce ketones. So that's where the keto diet really got its name. And ketones are this source of energy so that you can use fats and ketones as your primary source of energy for your whole body versus like carbs and sugar, which, as a lot of us know, sort of looking at our health as a country as a whole, it's not great to really use those all the time as your energy source. And also Bulletproof Diet does implement intermittent fasting. You were talking about that you do it. I also do intermittent fasting. And what that means is it doesn't mean that we're fasting for like 5 out of the days of the week, or it's really intermittent fasting means that it's within a 24-hour cycle. So you're really thinking about there's a time that you eat within those 24 hours and a time that you don't eat. And they're called windows, fasting windows, eating windows. Some of the more popular ones are like 16-8, where you're fasting for 16 hours and then you eat for 8. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not actually eating for 8 hours. Right. I'm not like, oh, my 8 hours, let me just shovel it in. It's just that those are the hours. If I'm hungry, that's when I eat. And I'm hungry during those hours. And so those really, it can be really beneficial to give our bodies a solid break from eating. And most of us do this naturally every night when we sleep. But so intermittent fasting is just prolonging that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too that I love about intermittent fasting, it took me a couple weeks to really like get in a groove. But it gave me like a whole new relationship with food, and like mentally, I'm like, I don't need the food. Like my body doesn't need the fuel right now. Like I might be hungry, but like it's not needing it. I've already gotten my nourishment the day before, right? So like that, I really like that. The other thing too with the keto diet, once I started doing it, I didn't realize like how much sugar and how many carbs are in the things, like the day-to-day things that we eat, even like in the fruits and veggies that we eat. I tend to do the more lazy keto because I do implement some veggies that like you're not supposed to on like a strict keto diet. But it's just crazy like how many carbs and how much sugar is in just like quick pick-me-ups. And that's why I love Bulletproof too, because like, especially with the bars, as moms, like we're always on the go, right? So like I'm always trying to find something quick and easy. The coffee pods too, like you guys have the ground coffee, but then you have the new coffee pods, and that's something where like I can just pop that in my coffee machine and just run and go. So I love that aspect of it. And I think some people, I know like historically people have really stuck to the keto diet because it's one of the easier diets to stay on track with. Because it's focused on full fat, I never feel like I'm like starving or, depriving myself of anything. So I love that it also has really great recipes. I know you guys have like a whole recipe line. One of the ones that I loved was the muffin one. So this one was, they look so good. These ones are more paleo, I believe, which is, it's in the same family, as keto, a little bit higher in carbs than keto. But this one, and right in time for fall, is the paleo pumpkin muffins with collagen protein. So you're getting that protein, you're getting the collagen, and you're keeping the sugar and the carbs down. So definitely, a great option if you're looking for that sweet treat, but you don't want to, overconsume sugar or anything like that.
Yeah, and it is really easy to overconsume sugar, just because it's everywhere. And so we really make a very strong commitment to not having added sugar in our products, and really using clean ingredients. And so that was one of our recipes that uses our product. There was collagen protein, but we also have a lot of other recipes that use our products, and some a lot that don't use our products, but also fit into the keto sort of world. But the other thing too is that we also have a plan. We have this 30-day plan that is full of recipe options and suggestions for healthier living, and it really sort of is a step-by-step about swap this, try this, and you were saying like you do the lazy keto. That is like for us, it's really about like what works for you. What is
Right.
something that makes you feel good and works for you and works for you in the context of your entire life, not just like here's
Mhm.
what you need to do now.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is kind of like, well, try this and see how this makes you feel. And so that's also something that you could get at bp.com as
Yeah.
well. I keep saying
Well,
bp.com, bulletproof.com.
no worries. Well, it's also cool too that you guys, I love that you have so many recipes because I think like it's really intimidating when you start, a new diet. I always say like I don't like to look at it as a diet. I like to look at it as like a change in my eating habits and just like change in lifestyle. But I think the more recipes that you have available, the easier it is to kind of migrate into that new lifestyle. And I think some people are intimidated, especially with keto, because they think it can be complicated. But the cool thing with all these recipes is that you probably already have a lot of the things in your house already, and there's so many stores now that carry the
Mhm.
products that you'll need. Bulletproof is available so widely now. I like every time I go to the store now, I'm like, oh, I see Bulletproof, like it's everywhere. It's really cool. So
I
I
love to hear that.
yeah, and I love that you guys have the recipes that incorporate the product into it too, because it's just another way to get that added boost of collagen and protein too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say are some of like the must-haves for any like well-balanced diets?
So of course, always vegetables always. But at Bulletproof, we're sort of also thinking about slightly different than what you would think of with a well-balanced diet, because a lot of people think like proteins and vegetables, um, and for us, we are thinking about quality fats
Mm-hmm.
like our MCT oils and collagen. And collagen is a protein that we don't really, a source of protein we don't get a lot of in our lives unless we're eating organ meats. And I can tell you, my family is not signed up to eat organ meats.
Yeah.
But MCT oil, that's a fat that actually, it's an interesting fat because it can help you burn fat and give you sustained energy because it's turned into ketones. So we talked about ketones
Yeah.
previously, the keto diet. It's not stored as fat, it's turned into ketones in your body, and then your body uses that for energy. And so we offer a product that actually contains the most ketogenic. It's in our brain octane C8 MCT oil. And most ketogenic means like your liver makes the most ketones out of it. And so
Mm-hmm.
even if you're like, the liver has no choice, even if you're just
Right.
eating a standard American diet, you will still make ketones and get the extra energy from it. And then our collagen, we have it as a powder that you can sort of put into lots of different things, like in our recipes, but we also have it in our bars and we have it as
Mm-hmm.
flavored powders. And we have some boost products, like we have a joint boost and a beauty because collagen is great for your skin. It's great for
Yeah.
your joints. So those are really, I think those are sort of different ways that we think about what a well-balanced diet should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about the coconut and avocado smoothie too, because I was eyeing that recipe up and it looks so good.
It's so creamy. It's so creamy. A lot of people may not think about putting avocado in their smoothie,
Yeah.
but man, the mouthfeel, it's just luscious. And
Yeah.
so here we use some of our collagen protein. Again, the collagen protein doesn't have any flavor. And it's not gritty, and um, it really sort of absorbs and dilutes well into liquids.
Yeah.
So this is really nice, and we recommend here, just if you want to use a little bit of stevia or something as a sweetener. It's a really nice one to start your day with, just because it's smooth and it's filling. It's going to be filling,
Yeah.
and I love this one, coconut and avocado.
Yeah, and it looks like it incorporates that healthy fat with the avocado, right? And then the collagen
Mhm.
protein too, like you had
Yep,
mentioned.
and the
So
coconut. Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
very cool. I'll have to try that one. There's so many that I want to try.
Oh, we have so many on our website.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so and you can definitely head on over to bulletproof.com because they have so many products. They have great recipes on there as well. You can order the products online there. And then they also, like I mentioned, there's a ton of their products in stores all across the country. And also one of the cool things too is right now on momsmeat.com in the coupon center, they have a coupon that you can clip and bring to the store with you. So it's a $5 off coupon. So a high value coupon. it's good for any 12 ounce of the Bulletproof coffee package or the 10 count of the coffee pods. So again, that's a really great discount to use for sure if you want to bring it to a store near you. So I know I've been like dying to ask you all these questions. So there's so many questions I think people have about just collagen, keto, intermittent fasting, all of like those buzzwords, right? That like everyone wants to like learn more about, but it's a little intimidating. So one of the questions that always confused me, even I've been doing keto for a couple of years and I probably should know this and I don't. So I've seen collagen and then I've seen collagen protein in the stores. Is there a difference between the two? Like, does one have more protein than the other, or is it the same thing?
So that's a really good question. You're right, because you will see it sort of called out. So what it is the collagen protein. So collagen is mostly made up of protein, the ingredient collagen.
Okay.
It also has a little bit of water and minerals in it. But when somebody's saying this has the X amount of collagen protein, they're just calling out the protein part of the collagen.
Okay.
Whereas when they're saying it has X amount of collagen, they're talking about the entire ingredient. So it is the same.
Got
And so people are putting collagen in as an ingredient, which is mostly protein, but not 100%.
Right. Okay. That is super helpful and clear because I'm like, wait, I have no idea which one to buy. But obviously I'm more like drawn towards the Bulletproof because I know you guys and I know that you guys are, you have such high quality ingredients. So because I know that, I want you to share with our audience how does Bulletproof, like how are your products different than others that are on the market? Because now I feel like it's more and more that you're seeing like the collagen diet or high protein, like high fat, low sugar. So what makes Bulletproof different than others that are on the market?
Right. So one of the things that we do is we really use science. And a lot of this is what I do, and I strongly believe in lots of research into the ingredients that we use and the quality of the ingredients that we're using. And so when we are saying something on our package, when you're reading something, that's backed by an actual like science, a clinical study, or actually this is exactly how this ingredient was created or processed. We're not just saying things because we think, oh, well, this is probably right. No. And so there's a lot, we also think about like need states, and then we look at the science to try to create products that people really are wanting, asking for, needing. And we have a strong regulatory process where we're review everything. I mean, this is really, we have hours and hours and hours of work into each product, if not weeks, possibly months. And we don't sell just, coffee. We're not just a coffee company. We're not just a collagen company. We don't just sell MCT oils. We don't just do supplements. We don't just do snack. I mean, we do all of that. And we have the same sort of rigorous attention to those ingredients with each one of these items. And so, because we strongly believe that when you put the right things in your body, you're going to feel incredible. And when you feel incredible, you can make an amazing difference in the world. And so we want to be a part of that.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's so important too. Like when you are in the store trying to make the decision on which brand to buy, knowing that you're buying from a company that really values that is, I know it's very important to our moms. When you're raising a family, you don't want to just buy anything that you don't know how it's made or what thought was behind it. So I love that about Bulletproof. So again, I'm doing the keto diet, so I'm always looking at like different brands and stuff, but it's so funny whenever I have conversations with people, and they find out that I do keto, they're like, oh, so like, is all you eat bacon? Like, is that all you eat all day? And I'm like, I wish, like, that would be amazing, but not so great for my body. But what would you say are like some of the common myths that you've heard about the keto diet?
So I think some of them are that like there's only one way to do it. This is it. There's the keto, and either you're eating bacon all the time and like driving yourself into the ground, or you're just not keto. And that's really not how we see keto. In fact, Bulletproof Diet recommends like a cyclical keto, and that basically means like you can be keto, you're keto most of the time, but then You have a day that's sort of higher in carbs. And a lot of that is for people who don't feel that great without, some people feel really good on keto. Other people are like, I need a little more carbs. So there's the myth of like, there's one keto is just, that really makes it very too narrow for a lot of people. But really what it is about is, let me see how fats feel and how having this protein feels, and sort of cutting down on the sugar, or maybe getting rid of the sugar. How does that make me feel? And then, oh, well, I think I sleep better if I have some carbs before I sleep. Is that still keto? According to Bulletproof, yes. Yeah. That is a way, yes, that feels great to you. And some people really do sleep better with a little bit of carbs. There's no like, oh, I cheated on this, or it's much more flexible than that. And if you can always get a keto meter to see where you are, but a lot of people know by how they feel.
Yeah.
And have you noticed that as well? Like it changes how you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I started keto like shortly after I had my daughter, and I was just like, I've tried like a million different diets. I need something that's like can sustain me. I was always feeling so hungry, and I'm like, okay, I need something. And my husband actually started, and he was in the camp of like very strict. Like he had like the strips that he would like test his ketones. He went through like the keto flow. I was never that strict, but like I found even like, so on the weekends, sometimes I'll have, a couple like non-keto stuff, just because I know myself. I know that if I don't allow myself treats, then I'll like completely, fall off the wagon. Yeah. But I noticed such a big difference on the days that I allow myself to eat like, I don't know, an unhealthy snack versus days that I'm staying within the parameters of my normal diet. I'm like, it's crazy. Like my energy level is lower and I just feel like sluggish, and I don't sleep as well. I'm more tired. And I notice it like when I'm exercising too, it's so crazy. So I've been doing it this is the longest I've ever done, and been able to stick with something for such a long time, and been able to maintain my weight. Because usually if people go in and out of diets, and it's more like the yo-yo diet, right? They go on, off. Yeah. So that's what I love about it. One of the biggest things, so I mentioned my husband was like super strict on the keto diet. One of the things that was really important to him was the MCT oil. And that like I never really like understood, but he would always make the Bulletproof coffee, the bullet coffee, the keto bullet coffee, right? And he would always put the MCT oil in it. So what's MCT oil? Like, how can you use it? Things like that for our audience.
Yeah. So I briefly mentioned it before, that's one of the sort of pillars of one of the quality fats that we use. And MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. And that really means how long is the fat that you're using. And so here it's like medium length. And why do we care? We care because it means that it's converted in the liver into ketones. It's not stored in our body. And that means that you're not storing it as fat. It's always utilized as energy. And we have found through research that the type of triglyceride we have in brain octane oil, the C8 MCT oil, is the most ketogenic type. And so it gives you the most bang for your buck. And so you're going to get the most ketones from it from any other type, more than coconut oil, more than a blend of MCTs. We also offer one with C8 and C10, and C10 is the second most ketogenic. And so that's also a nice way, and it's not quite as, it's a different cost option. So you can go with the pure C8, and your husband probably went with the pure C8. Like super. Yeah. Which is also great. And they're both sourced from coconuts, so you don't have to worry about them being sourced from palm. Okay. That can be that is definitely an issue in terms of sourcing. So we only source these from coconuts. They can be used, so it can be added to the Bulletproof coffee that you saw. Smoothies. I think it might have been in our coconut avocado smoothie. I think I saw it. We have dressing recipes, sauces. The only thing is that it needs to be lower heat, because it is point around 320 degrees Fahrenheit. It's better in things that are either slightly warm, or that you're pouring over slightly warm things, or that you're using it in like smoothies and stuff. And I would start small. So the sort of large serving size or the regular serving size is a tablespoon. Do not start with a tablespoon. As with any fats, you start slowly incorporating them. So I'd start with like a half a teaspoon and work your way up. That's really been shown to help your body acclimate and feel good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. So would you recommend the same thing, like if someone wants to start incorporating collagen protein into their diet? Like, I know it's really great for your skin. If people wanted to incorporate it, like, would you suggest starting slowly, or can they kind of just like go all out in the beginning?
You can go all out with collagen, kind of like you might go all out with whey protein powder or something like that. You can go all out with collagen protein. The importance of it is that it is the most abundant protein of our connective tissue. So think about the things that fall apart as we get older: our skin, our joints, our bones. Like those things. Collagen, that's where collagen is. And it's also actually the most abundant protein in the entire body. And the production of it starts to decrease in your 20s.
Oh my gosh, it's so sad.
I know. I'm like, I don't remember, 20.
What were 20? Yeah, what were I don't remember.
And so what it has is, so the collagen that, you take, our supplemental collagen, it has the highest amount of this amino acid called glycine. And glycine is what your body needs to make its own collagen. So it's like a building block for your own body's collagen. We're not getting glycine in many other protein sources. I looked this up, and like the next highest protein source that people usually eat, because I'm not talking about like tripe or something, is, beef. It has 10 times less glycine per serving than a serving of collagen.
Wow.
So, and we have to have, it's considered like a conditionally essential amino acid, but most people just can't make enough of it of their own.
Yeah.
So this is something that a lot of people aren't getting in their regular diet, and we're not thinking about. But so every day, this is a great protein for every day, and it's a great protein on top of your other proteins because it's giving you different amino acids.
Yeah,
giving you the glycine. There's these other amino acids, hydroxyproline and proline, and they help. They not only are building blocks, but they signal to your own cells that make collagen to make more collagen.
Yeah.
So when you put those in, they become a signal. It's tremendous. And so skin, like there's been clinical studies on skin, and it's good for wrinkles. It's good for hydration, elasticity. I mean, these are all like really nice things to have. Healthy bones, joint flexibility and function. It can help with everyday, like pain after everyday activities or exercise. I mean, it's a great protein to have.
Yeah. Would you recommend taking it every day, or how often?
Yes.
Every day.
I would recommend taking this one every day. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can just put it in your coffee. You can stick it in a smoothie, bake it, all those things.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different ways to use it for sure. That's very, very good to know. One of the ingredients I saw in the Bulletproof coffee was the ghee as the part of the recipe. So my husband would always make his own like keto coffee, and I'm like, why are you putting that in your coffee? So what is that like? How is that beneficial over using butter?
Right. So we think about butter coffee, and one of the reasons why we like ghee is because it contains less casein and lactose. So casein is a milk protein, lactose, milk sugar, and those two can be quite irritating to a lot of people. And so basically when you make ghee, you're cooking out those proteins and sugars. And so it's a lower dairy protein choice for people who can be like, bothered by those two ingredients. It also has a much higher smoke point.
Okay.
So not necessarily for your coffee, because you're not like cooking with your Bulletproof coffee, but if you want to use it for cooking, it's got a 485-degree smoke point, which is much higher than butter, which is 350 degrees. So you don't have to mix it. A lot of times people will say mix butter with olive oil to increase the smoke point, but you don't have to do that with ghee. It works really well for higher heat.
Very cool. Well, I know, I mean, I could ask you like a million different questions, but we talked a lot about the recipe. So I'm interested to hear what's your overall favorite recipe that you usually like go to?
Okay, so this time of year, I am so happy for this recipe because I crave, yep,
Ooh.
it's the Bulletproof pumpkin spice latte using actual pumpkin. And I crave that Starbucks PSL. And I
Uh-huh.
know if I were to get it, it would be just a whopping amount of sugar that doesn't make me
Uh-huh.
feel that good. And so this is it's so yummy. And like even my kids really like it made with decaf coffee.
Uh-huh.
And it is just I just cannot get enough of this.
Yeah,
Right now, this is
I
like
know.
the one.
I saw this recipe earlier and I was like, wait, do I have all the ingredients? Because I definitely could make it right now. It looks so
And
yummy.
so what I would say here is it says 3 tablespoons brain octane C8 MCT. I think this is for 4 servings. I
Okay.
would cut that back when you're first starting out. I'd do it like 3 teaspoons.
Okay.
Cut
So,
that back when you're first starting out, and then can slowly build up to that. And the reason why we care about building up to that is really you get a lot of benefits at that full
yeah.
dose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And thanks, to all of our moms for joining us. Definitely head over to bulletproof.com to learn more about the products, and you can order some for yourself. You can purchase Bulletproof, like I mentioned, a ton of places. So you can purchase online at bulletproof.com. You can also go to your local Whole Foods, Target, a lot of other stores, Publix, Sprouts. You can find a store near you by going to the store locator. That's on bulletproof.com. And don't forget to clip that coupon in the Moms Meet Coupon Center. So before you go to the store to get any of their products, go to momsmeet.com/coupons and clip that $5 off coupon so you can take that to the store with you. So again, thank you so much, Emily. It was great to talk to you. I feel like I need to have you on speed dial to ask all my other questions.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
had such a
you
great
too.
time.
Yeah, and to our audience, remember, keep liking and sharing and commenting for a chance to win. We'll announce the winners on Monday. So thank you again and have a great afternoon.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.